What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Coming at you live from the west coast of the east coast of Bali in the small city town of Sanur. I am back from Philippines and I thought I might make a video for you guys just answering kind of common questions I get about addiction, especially concerning marijuana, gambling, alcohol, and cigarettes sometimes, although I don't have any programs helping people with cigarettes. So I guess people ask it just because it's addiction anyway, but whatever. We'll go through them. Every day, even when I'm in another country or wherever I am, I wake up each morning, I set my Pomodoro timer because I use a Pomodoro technique usually to be productive and make sure I get things done. But for 45 minutes every morning, I answer everyone's emails. But, I've been doing this for like 8 years, and a lot of these questions are seriously common. So I thought, hey, why not make a video and answer some of the more common questions? First question. My doctor who helped me with addiction speaks about the subject all over my country and is known for his expertise. He says, if you don't relapse, you're not addicted. What do you think about this? If you don't relapse, you're not addicted. 100% true, there's no doubt about it, because how else would you know you're addicted, right? So let's say you've never relapsed, ever. Whether you call it a relapse or not is completely irrelevant. It is a relapse. If you say you're going to quit something and then you don't, that's a relapse. So let's say you smoke weed for 8 years straight, every day, and then for the very first time in 8 years, you say, I'm going to quit. And then you do quit and you never smoke again for the rest of your life. Was that person addicted? Of course not. Of course not. They clearly had full control. So yeah, man, you got to relapse in order to know you're addicted. That's just, it's almost by definition that way. Hi Seb, coming from YouTube. Haha, I want to know your thoughts on depersonalization and derealization due to smoking marijuana. I am damn sure weed triggered that and made my life hell. I can't seem to quit weed, which I started 3 years ago. I'm 28 now. I like your videos and seem like a smart guy. Regards. Yeah, depersonalization and derealization. So basically that means, one of them is like, you're having thoughts that aren't really your own. That's how you perceive it, which is actually just a thought. And derealization is experiencing the world as though it's not real. And I think every single one of us have experienced that at some point in your life. Have you ever just said, oh, this feels like a dream, right? And it's maybe because you're in an awkward situation, or it's just due to your own sleeping patterns, what you've eaten, what you've been drinking, what you've put in your body, how much exercise you've had, how much oxygen you haven't had. These are all contributors. Definitely weed would contribute to that. Definitely, man. Like, smoking weed, being stoned is derealization. They're kind of in a similar, they're similar things. So, look, it depends on your own perception of it all. If you are worried about it, which I think it sounds like that you are, then I would definitely quit smoking weed at least for a month. And that's what I recommend anybody do. If you're thinking about it at all, or you're asking me at all, and a lot of people ask this, and I'm not sure if I should quit, right? Anyone that asks that question, you need to take a month break, because what other habit do you have which is good for you, where you are not sure if you should stop it or not, right? There's nothing. So if you are not sure if you should quit, you definitely need to quit at least for a month. Another common question is, I'm scared of quitting forever. Don't quit for a month. If you quit for 30 days and then you reevaluate the situation in 30 days, you'll find you're a different person and you'll be able to look at the entire situation much more clearly. I bought your program a few days ago. First off, thanks for all the content. It is truly amazing. I have 1 to 2 grams daily for the past 6 years, and I decided to quit after I had a health scare due to very high blood pressure from some pre-workout pills that I took with lots of caffeine and some other crap. One other thing I'll say is there's 2 main reasons people don't quit weed, or they're the 2 least common reasons, and they are for legal reasons. Not many people are scared of the law when it comes to weed, unless you're in Saudi Arabia, which I have had customers in Saudi Arabia, and they use Western Union to pay me and they're terrified. But, that's a whole nother story. But the other one is health. People don't quit for health reasons. So I was interested to see this guy talk about health, but obviously he's talking about different things, pills that I took with lots of caffeine, yeah, of course that's a health thing. But for weed, health's not an issue for most people. Interesting fact. The doctor told me to drop everything and detox my body, so I quit about a week and a half ago. I have been experiencing palpitations, very bad anxiety, and very gloomy thoughts for the past few days. Keep in mind, I opened a business, worked full-time, and worked out 5 days a week while stoned out of my mind. Yeah, a lot of people do that. It's not an issue really for a lot of people to just hold their life together while they smoke weed. And if that's you, you don't need to quit. Keep doing what you do. The more I do things sober now, the more I am like, damn, this is the same stuff I did before, but I am just not enjoying it now. Do you think I will be able to adjust to doing things sober? Do you think it is worth quitting even though I was pretty productive before? Yes, because it's not productivity that is upsetting you right now. You want to quit for the detox reason. And you think you've been productive and you're being successful while stoned. And a lot of people say that. But usually what they're doing is comparing themselves to their 5 closest friends or whatever, the people in their small social circle, right? Which is always small compared to the whole world. So you shouldn't be comparing yourself to anybody. You should be comparing yourself to who you could be if you were sober and not poisoning yourself every day. Okay, I have been smoking for over a year now, and I need help to finally get off this. I have successfully come off it before, but I usually get right back on it. I feel dependency of it to stay happy and feel calm and to fall asleep. It's really cool when people actually say why it is that they're doing it. And it shows total self-awareness, which I love with people quitting weed, because cannabis users are pretty self-aware, usually. They don't look at when they're stoned, but they've usually thought about it a lot. I can't just cold turkey this because I feel like I can't do that. I have before and I've just fallen back into it again. Any advice or help you can give me to gradually stop smoking and help me change my perception of quitting, because right now I feel it as a treat. I feel it helps me and I don't need to quit, but I know it doesn't help. Thank you for taking your time to help me. Yeah, man, totally. Dude, what you do is you set a quit date. Now, let's say it's Thursday, whatever, and you set your quit date till Monday. Cool. Now you have a few days in which to do what I call monitor your smoking. So you monitor your smoking. What you're going to do in that time is you're going to identify your triggers. You're gonna be mindful and aware of what actually makes you get that little monster addiction inside of you that makes you do stuff, right? And you're going to be aware of when it comes and why. So it could be because of stress. Maybe you've got a bad relationship with your parents, talk to them and it stresses you out. Bam, that's a trigger and you know it. So it could be anything. It could be people, places, events, a time. It could be waking up. It could be before bed. It could be after you eat. Anything can be a trigger. And you just want to identify them in the time that you have between now and when you quit. So you say you can't quit cold turkey, but the goal is to end up not smoking. So there is a cold turkey moment. And that it doesn't matter if you wait a month or a day to do that if you want to quit, there is a cold turkey moment. But cutting down is fine, but it's not like you quit and then you cut down. What you do is you set a quit date and you cut down before the quit date. If quitting terrifies you, make it far away. Make it a week away, make it a month away. The further away you make it, it doesn't really matter because let's say you set it a month away and then a month happens and you're still smoking every day, you're going to feel pretty damn silly to make it another month away. So what you'll probably do, and what most people do that aren't ready in that situation, is they just make it a week away. And now they're in a lot better position, right? So that's what you do. You set your quit weed date. For you, let's just say a week away, and then you cut down in that period. And what you're going to do in the period before, in that monitoring your smoking period, what you're going to do is you're going to make sure you do less each day. Make sure you monitor what triggers you. And you're going to do what's called the 5-minute delay technique. And all you do is you get that craving. You want to go and chop up your weed and smoke it, but don't. And that's not scary because I'm just saying don't do it for 5 minutes. And what you'll find, man, is like 5 minutes is a long time. The cravings don't last that long. They last 3 to 4 minutes tops, right? 2 to 3 minutes usually. So if you just wait 5 minutes, you'll find it's really easy to just go, oh, I won't bother for now. And then let's say half an hour later, the trigger hits again. Because usually you're stoned at that time of day, right? It's a routine thing at this point. So, cool. Do the 5-minute technique again. And let's say you failed the second time. That's cool. No problem. You haven't quit yet. But the next day now, try and do both. You're just trying to build that up. You're like, self-control is like a muscle that you build up. It starts very weak, but as you practice it and as you use it, it gets stronger. So just like a dude in the gym can suddenly lift more weights, you can exercise more self-control. And that's exactly how it works, and that's exactly how you need to think about it, because it's huge. It's huge, man. It's a really big difference. And self-control, without a doubt, in my opinion, is the most beneficial skill that you could possibly learn in this lifetime.